Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. We've got a new brand on the channel today, and one that I'm really interested in checking out, and the spoiler alert, I'm pretty darn happy with for the most part. We'll talk about that here in a little bit later. But we're going to be talking about the American Blade Works Model 1 version 4. Obviously, 3 other versions in front of this one. Each time a new version comes out, changes are made, improvements, so on and so forth. But the thing that really impresses me the most about American Blade Works is it's really just Michael Martin. It's just him. He pretty much does everything on these knives. He's never mass produced. One-man band. And to me, that's just pretty cool. But I tell you what, let's zoom out here just a little bit, and we'll get into this. Now, there are a few different versions of the version 4. You have G10, you have micarta, and you have a marbled carbon fiber. Tell you right off the bat, the G10 and micarta ones run for about $185. The marbled carbon fiber, I think, is, what is it, $225, $235, right in there. I have the website pulled up. $235. Okay, $235 on the marbled carbon fiber. Now, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 different models on his website. Currently, there's only 2 of them in stock. You have the JG10. And I think it is a white and black G10. Yep, white and black G10. That's kind of very similar to this gray and black. Basic, same, but it's just white and black instead of gray and black. Those are the only 2 that are currently in stock. It says right on the very top of the website that he's running on a wait list. So, obviously, 1, these knives are pretty popular. 2, it's a one-man show, so it's going to take him a little bit to make these knives. But for true American-made quality, it might be worth that wait for a little while. But let's get into the knife. As I said, guys, G10, I really like the looks of this G10. Just the pattern of it. And right at first, I thought it was micarta right at first, but it is not. This one is G10. And you can see there you've kind of got a layered G10 look to it. Now you've got titanium, nested titanium liners, which look real good. We'll get another closer look at those real quick here in a bit. Titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip. Now I'll tell you right off, the only real qualm I have with this knife is the pocket clip, and we'll get into that more when it comes to the carry. But overall, I mean, this knife, just from this aspect of it, is put together so well. I mean, the screws are pretty much countersunk beautifully. They're flush. That one's up. Not really, though. It's just the way it looks. You really can't. No. They're really put together well. Oh my goodness. Fantastic knife. Now, flipper, obviously. No jimping on the flipper. You don't really need it because of the shape. You know what? I'm going to move those out of there real quick because they want to focus on that, not the knife. There we go. Flipper action. The detent is really good. Oh, yeah. D10 is done really, really well on the knife. There you go. There's your pivot, ABW. Now, I was talking about really, really well done nested liners. Not a lot. I mean, really not much milling going on for weight reduction. Light's a little bright, but there you can see there's not a lot of milling going on in there for weight reduction, but they're nested really, really well. Really nice. I mean, just clean looking. I mean, if you guys know me, clean and simple is what draws me in. And this, trust me, this knife definitely pulls me in with the look. You got this really nice, I mean, great looking coating on this blade. S35 VN steel, there you go, right there. That nice, just simple drop point blade. Ah, that looks good. I just absolutely love, the whole profile of the knife, the curves of the handle to the blade. It just, that's what pulls me in. I mean, you guys know I like Laconico knives and all that. That the beauty is in the simplicity, and that is exactly what I love in a knife. And this, guys, this knife is right there as well. Choil, that's just an absolutely beautiful choil in my book. Perfect, perfect sharpening choil. Very well done. Now, closing, it runs on caged ceramic bearings and stainless thrust washers. Yeah, I can say it. It's definitely not a drop shutting knife at all. A couple of quick shakes and it goes shut. But the detent, I know from the version 3 the detent was kind of weak on it, but now that is definitely one of the improvements and has done very, very well. Let's get some measurements going on here. So overall, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, I mean, just hair over 7 3/4, fully open. Handle, I'm measuring about, I'll call it 4 5/8. Blade, right about 3 1/4. And then your cutting edge is going to be just at right about 3 inches on your cutting edge. Grip length, I'm going to give, I mean, you come all the way back, that's about 3 3/4 on the grip length. There you go, my 3 3/4 inch hand. So it should fit perfectly, and I tell you what, it absolutely does. I love the way this feels in hand. Ah, that feels good. Okay, size comparison. There's our bug out. It's got a little bit of length on the bug out, probably about a 1/2 inch on the handle. Blades are pretty close. Blades are really close. But yeah, probably about a 1/2 inch on the handle. And then, of course, our PM2. Handles. Let's see, pivot to pivot there. Just a little bit more on the handle. Maybe 1/8 to 1/4, and then just a little bit more on the blade as well. Probably about 1/8 to 1/4. So, good size knife. I mean, to me, the size of this knife is almost, I mean, it's pretty much perfect EDC knife as far as I'm concerned. Let's get a weight on it. G10 and titanium, 3.5, not bad at all. 99 grams. So in that inch, ounce per inch per blade, yeah, we're right about there. Not too bad. The one thing that I'm not crazy about on this knife, and that's the pocket clip. Not that it's not super deep carry. I mean, it's not bad. You're looking at right about a 1/2 inch, just shy of that 1/2 inch. But it does not have a lot of clearance. And the ramp, I mean, to get this in and out of my jeans, I pretty much have to reach down and give it a little bit of lift to get it in and out of my pocket. For an EDC knife, it's not the greatest. I mean, we want it to go in and out of our pocket easy. I definitely have to lift up on that pocket clip. Coming out, I mean, it's secure. Once it's in the pocket, it's not going anywhere. Because like I said, that clearance, it pretty holds it on pretty tight. Coming out, then again, it'll catch the top of your pocket and kind of pop coming out. So, you know, maybe on the version 5, it'll, if there is going to be a version 5, I don't know for sure. But if there were to be a version 5, that's something that definitely, you know, really probably needs to be addressed. Because the pocket clip, although it looks good, I love the look of it. Again, simple. There's not a lot of markings. It's clean. It's just, yeah, just not, you know, and it definitely no hot spot from it whatsoever. It feels, I really don't even know it's there. So definitely something to look into as far as that goes. Other than the pocket clip, my God, this knife is just, it's almost perfect for me. It's almost a perfect EDC knife. And, you know, $185, a lot of money. Yeah, it is kind of. But when you think about it's one guy doing all the work on this one knife, I mean, you can't really call it a custom, but I tell you what, it's about as close as you're gonna get without it being one. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, they don't run through an assembly line, and it's one guy doing all the work to this knife. So, I mean, that is completely a, you know, a decision that you have to make for yourself. Like I said, right now there's 10, 11 different models on his website. There's only 2 available because they're waitlisted. They come on, they're sold, you know. So it's, golly, it feels so good. It's an excellent, excellent knife. Just, you know, something needs to be done with the clip. I mean, that's really all I can say is it just does. It's really not a great clip for EDC. I hate saying that, but it's the truth. Otherwise, access to the liner, really, really good. You know, I don't do this a whole lot, but let's just, for the heck of it, let's do some measurements. I will, if my, oh, maybe I need another battery. What do we got there? Yeah, we're kind of light. What do we got there? 0.122? Yep. 0.122 behind the edge. Let's see. Oh, there, the battery must have. What do we got behind the edge? It's really hard to do behind the camera. Oh, come on. Nah, darn it, it keeps slipping on me. .165, 160 behind the edge. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Very, very nice. .0165, excuse me. .165, that's a blade stock. .0165. Very, very, man. I tell you what, Michael, I really like the version 4 pocket clip. Definitely needs some addressing. But other than that, man, you've got a really fantastic knife here. Overall, Blue liked it. It probably would have got a much higher rating if it weren't for the pocket clip. But everything else is so... He gave it an 8. And it probably, he said it probably would have been a 9. Maybe even approaching a 9.5. If that pocket clip was, you know, a little bit more user friendly. And, you know, I think it's right on. But thanks a lot, guys. Always appreciate it. Thanks again to American Blade Works for providing this to the Pass Around group. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to y'all. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.